is. A murderer isn't just someone that kills someone carnally. A murderer is someone that hates his brother in his heart. Yeah, and we can feel you guys' hate, man. See, like, what's so heavy about the Lord is, like, you can't hide, man. You can't fake it, bro. The truth is gonna come out. You know, the legions, the demons are gonna come out. The spirit's gonna come out. Everything's coming out. And everyone's gonna be on a certain side. Numbers 35 and verse 19. We ain't playing with the Lord, man. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. He shall slay him. You see that? The law, and remember, the law is not done away with. It is not done away with. It is being executed. It is being fulfilled in Yahawashi and the true election that can see through all the pettiness and all the small things. The Lord said, "Don't be ignorant of anything, small or great." You see? Oh, but see, everything that becomes great and becomes big, it starts small. You see? Hey, one sinner destroys much good. You see that? That's why all the sins of our people going to perish by the sword. 1 Kings 2 and 30. And Benaiah came to the tabernacle of the Lord and said unto him, Thus saith the king, Come forth. And he said, Nay, but I will die here. And Benaiah brought the king word again, saying, Thus said Joab, and thus he answered me. See, Joab was just rebellious. He started rebelling more and more and more. You see? Disobedience is as a sin of what? As witchcraft. It sheds innocent blood. It's death. It's evil. It's wicked. You see? And all this is not coming in the kingdom, man. All this is going to get purged out. It's getting purged out. 1 Kings 2 and 31. And the king said unto him, Do as he said, and fall upon him and bury him, that thou mayest take away the innocent blood which Joab shed from me and from the house of my father. And the Lord shall return his blood upon his own head, who fell upon 2 men more righteous and better than he, and slew them with the sword. My father David not knowing thereof, to wit Abner the son of Ner, captain of the host of Israel, and Amasai the son of Jether, captain of the host of Judah. Their blood shall therefore return upon the head of Joab, and upon the head of his seed forever. See, it didn't say just in the Old Testament. It said forever, bro. See, the word of the Lord cannot be broken. This stands still to this day, man. You see? This is why Yahawashi is so important. Let me read that again. It says, and upon the head of his seed forever, but upon David and upon his seed and upon his house and upon his throne shall there be peace forever from the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi. So Benaiah the son of Joiada went up and fell upon him and slew him, and he was buried in his own house in the wilderness. You see that? You see that? Now, if you're not a man, let me get this other scripture. If you're not, then you can't execute this spiritual judgment. You can't yield this spiritual sword and speak true. No matter what the consequence, no matter who comes against you, who doesn't like it. It is what it is, man. When you go to and it's sad because I was gonna go in a whole different direction, but the spirit is like really heavy, man. Like, it's very possessive, and like you don't know where the spirit's gonna go, man. Like, that's why you have to stay in the spirit. You can't see, guys, like, you cannot lean on your own understanding. You have to just like let the Lord basically take the wheel. You know, wherever he turns, wherever he goes, you have to be with it. You have to be with it. You see, and let everything fall into place, man.
Hey, Shalom. Our praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bashem, Rakakwadash, much mercy to you brothers out there that's fighting this good fight of faith. All you believers of the new covenant, where Yahawashi is. And I just got a couple things I want to go over real quick. The brother was going into Joab, which Joab, like the brother was explaining, was from the house of David. But the thing was, he was overzealous to the point to where he was disobedient. So it's a thin line between love and hate. I know you brothers heard that before, but one thing about this truth is the majority of our people teaching this truth, they're not doing it for a sincere reason. They're doing it because they're making some type of gain. They're getting like a little bit of clout, or men are just using it for to make themselves be seen or known. At the end of the day, if you're not doing this out of a sincere heart and you don't really love your brother like you say you love the Lord, then you're a fucking murderer. Because if you have hatred in your heart and you say you're teaching this truth, then you're just doing this for nothing. You're just a part of the world. Because Yahawashi explains that to you, that nothing that is basically hid, that it won't come to the light. And men's true feelings and true intentions always come out. That's why you have to enter it in one at a time, because ultimately, this ain't a group thing, So this new covenant that we teach is something that you have to enter in one at a time. And by us teaching and brothers showing us love, and people may show us love on the comment board, that is the support in the ministry. Now I'm gonna say this: it's a beautiful thing to have sincere brothers and sisters. They may support you and leave sincere comments and things like that. That's a beautiful thing. One thing is that we do have with this truth, we have guys that do have ulterior motive, meaning that they're not doing this for sincerity. And you have guys that do have hate and jealousy in their heart, and a lot of guys, they're disobedient, meaning that guys get puffed up and then they think that, well, nobody can tell them nothing, that they know it all. And then that's where we're at with this truth now. But that's how it's supposed to go. The scripture tell you that Satan is a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. So necessarily, a lot of the times when people think they're following the spirit, that's Satan had creeped up in there like a fucking roaring lion. Now I just want to grab a couple scriptures, because the Lord tells you, he that hateth his brother in his heart, he's a murderer. And a lot of guys, they have like a secret hatred. Like these guys in these groups, for example, by you not teaching brothers that we're under the new covenant, that's just like saying that the Lord never came and he never died. He never came and he never went on that cross and did what he had to do. So these guys, they're teaching with hate in their heart, because really they don't give a fuck about you. Their whole thing is to keep you under the old laws of Moses forever and ever and ever. Like if they could, they'd keep you in bondage forever. Like the brothers say, these guys, they get a kick out of having guys under them. So what these camps are, they're actually a fucking hate group. If you look at it, if you really look at it, all these fucking camps, they're fucking hate groups. And these guys in these camps, they were the murderers of the prophets, which when Yahawashi came, they rejected Yahawashi. So you got a bunch of murderers in these in these camps, which say they're prophets. And so the election in this time will be outnumbered, thousands to one. Now, the thing about this truth, what you have to understand, the election is going to be a real small number. Now, you're either going to have guys that's of the elect, and more of the majority guys are not of the elect. They're perpetrating a fraud, which in this time, by guys having that hatred in their heart, that make them actually dark to what the spirit is really saying. It's like to a certain point, guys can see to a certain point because they have that darkness in their heart. They have that hatred, or they have that jealousy or that envy in their fucking heart. So it's like they can only see to a certain point. So they don't really see like certain things. But then like they claim like they're right, but they're really fucking dark. Like the Lord said, guys say that they see, but really guys really can't see because they have that evil seed in them. And it gets to a point where you can't really coach nobody anymore. You gotta let them fly on their own. So therefore, if they fall on their own, they fell on their own. And at least you have brothers to tell you like, hey, that ain't the right route to go. You shouldn't be doing that like that. That ain't the way. It's a way to do everything. Guys think that we trying to tell guys how they should worship the Lord. No, we're not telling you nothing. But it's decency and order how you do things. And at this time, what's happening is the goats are going with the goats. Hey, and the sheep is going with the sheep, man. It's crazy. It's crazy too. I'm gonna say this, man. It's funny, but a baby goat is a kid. A kid is a goat. So it's funny. It's like guys cut their comments off. I mean, you can do what you want, but then it says the video is for kids. That's just it's funny. I thought that was really, really funny. So like the sheeps is going with the sheeps and the goats are going with the goats. Now, I'm gonna say this. I just said that because it's kind of funny that all these things are like happening and the division is being made. So meanwhile, guys think they know it all and they think they can see and they think this and they think that and you know they think they like are doing something, but really they're not seeing the bigger picture to this whole thing. But that's just Jake. Jake always get to that point where you can't tell them a goddamn thing. They have to learn on their own. So the trick part is to this. Yeah, it's heavy, man. It's heavy. It's heavy. You know, like I say, me, you know, we're not going to cut our comments off, man. You know, I've never done that over the years. And that's a way of like showing love too. Cause like if somebody want to show you love or if they got a question or they want to ask you, just like one of the brothers said too, a lot of guys, they don't have nobody and they've been watching our videos for the last couple of years. So it's like them having a sense of family, like the elect. You're not going to stop the elect from coming together. You see what I'm saying? So like if brothers and sisters want to leave comments, hey man, I'm not nothing like that, you know. But if guys want to cut their comments off, they're welcome to do that. Let me just say that, you know, you can do whatever you want to do. But for us brothers, man, we're here for you brothers through the spirit, man, and we're fighting for the elect. One thing I don't agree with, and I'm gonna move on from it because really you guys, man, you're not even a concern. Because like I said, a lot of you guys, you have a limited understanding. You'll have guys say they don't even understand the Bible, but they talk all this shit not really understanding everything in the scriptures. It's heavy. So the thing is, you leave that channel and that raceway open for men to show you love or to ask you questions. That's what the comments are there for you. The comments are there for support. Now, one of the things I will say though too is that you have guys that do have hate in their heart, right? And so they'll see you getting love and you get a lot of love and you get love. And because they have so much fucking hate in their heart, right? They hate to see you getting love like that. So out of the hateness of their heart, they're like, I'm gonna turn my comments off. Nobody could don't leave comments on my page, you know, because they got hate in their heart. You see what I'm saying? So like, you can't teach this truth and you have like a hidden hate or you have a hidden envy or you have some jealousy in you or some shit like that. Then everything you're teaching is not and void, because you could teach like these guys and everybody in the world. They may teach of Jesus or Yahawashi or this, that, and the third, but then deep down they're fucking murderers themselves. So we got all this type of shit going on. And you know, like, I'm the type of person, I have a heart. You see, I have a heart, so I would never close somebody off from trying to get in like contact with me or trying to show somebody some love or some support. You know, when guys do that, it's just a sign like, well, they don't really see the bigger picture. Like, you may have people that just try to reach out sincerely and to think everybody is a spy that leave comments. That means that you're just in the wrong fucking mind frame. And you know, that's wrong for somebody to think that everybody's a spy because they leave some comments. That just means a lot of guys are fucking shallow. And you know, pretty much that's all I'm gonna say. They don't really understand this thing. They're looking at it for themselves. They're like, oh, I don't want nobody. Well, you don't have to leave the comment board open. You know, that's your choice. That's your choice. But just know the elect are out there, and they may wanna say something and show support and shit, and you just close that off like, fuck that. Now, when you really look at it, you be like, well, damn, why guys are doing that? You see? Because a lot of guys deep down, they don't have no love like that. And a lot of guys, it's just an internet thing. It's just an internet thing. And deep down, they do have hatred in their heart and jealousy and all that bullshit. And really, this is just something that they don't really understand it like that. So this is just something to get like some attention, because Jake want to have attention. Jake always want to be in the fucking camera. He think this is about him and what he did and all this shit. This ain't even about that. And we're not telling nobody how to worship the Lord. Hey, you do what you want to do. It. That the scriptures in the Bible is a manual and a layout that you should follow. So one of the things the scripture tell you, like, if you have hatred in your heart, then the thing about that is you're a murderer in the spirit. This is John 4:20. If a man say, I love the Most High, and hate of his brother, he is a liar. For he loveth not his brother whom he have seen. How can he love the Most High whom he have not seen? Right, so if you really can't show that love like that, and, you know, love is like an action. So certain actions that you may do, it determines if you really have love, instead of just saying it. You know, you may have a guy, he may teach a lesson talking about he loved the Lord and all this, but then deep down he got hatred in his heart. The 6 things, like the brother's bringing out, that the Lord hates is a proud look, a lying tongue, and a man that brings like discord. So because guys don't really read like that, when they're bringing discord and they don't really understand what they're doing, and then like it's heavy, man. It's really heavy. Guys don't understand by guys not being able to take rebuke. You know, like, 2 birds of the feather flock together. If one guy can't take a rebuke, they gonna get together with other guys that don't know how to take a rebuke. They get proud, and they have that hatred in their fucking heart. So the scriptures say, if a man say, I love the Most High, and hate his brother, he is a liar. For he that love not his brother whom he have seen, how can he love the Most High who he have not seen? Right, you got to ask that question. If you really can't show love for people down here or for your brother here, then how can you say you love the Lord that you ain't never seen before? You see what I'm saying? 1 John 3:15, whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer have eternal life abiding in him. You see that? So the thing about this truth is, if you're teaching this truth and really you don't really have love like that, then you're not even of the Lord. And so what's happening in these days, by guys, check this out, by guys having that hatred in their heart and that envy and that evil eye, ultimately they're in darkness. And so to some certain points, they can't really see and understand what they're really doing. See, when somebody is teaching this out of the love of their heart, right? Then they could see more than a person that have darkness or evil in their heart. You see what I'm saying? So a person that actually has love, he can actually see more than a person that has like an evil eye. This guy, a person that has like an evil eye, and you know, they say they teach in the scriptures, they know this, you can't tell them nothing because that darkness in them makes them think that they understand, but really they fucking don't. Just like the Lord would tell them scribes and the Pharisees that because you see, you're blind, because they say that they can see, but really they're blind. Like a lot of guys, they're blind. They see that they can see. They say that they can see, but actually they're blind. So what's happening in this time, everybody is going to their like or who they're like. So you could say you love the Lord all you want. You could say you love the Lord with all your power and your strength. But then on the other hand, you can have that deep hidden hate or envy. Like I say, hey, a lot of guys are so evil is that their see brothers getting love and shit. Like, let's just say, for instance, on the comment board and brothers showing them love and shit like that. And deep down, they'll hate that because they'll feel like they ain't getting that love like that. See, what we're dealing with now, this is the most evil and the most wickedest generation. The most unsincere generation. And guys think because they know a little knowledge that they could be able to pull a fast one. Like, you can't see through all the shit they're talking about to really see they have something dark in their fucking hearts. And that's why we've been on our own for a minute, because this thing is entering in one at a time, because certain brothers do have a underlying tone to them, to what the fuck they're doing. So it's heavy what's happening in these days. A lot of guys tell on themselves, because one of the things that everybody have in common that's really evil deep within, they're not able to take rebuke or reproof. So if you can't take rebuke or reproof, you're a fucking beast. You're a fucking animal, man. You're fucking brutish. You see? But then you call yourself teaching Yahawashi. You see how backwards that is? It's heavy. And so, by guys in that manner, and you can't tell them anything, they're under a fucking delusion. Like they actually love the Lord. So guys actually think that they love the Lord and the Lord loves them when they hate their brother. I mean, it's heavy. But that's what guys think. That's what guys think. And I'm going to say this too. Guys on this internet, and you follow guys that say, like, they don't really understand the Bible like that, and you follow guys like that in the spirit that they're in, ultimately you're in that spirit too. I'm going to just say it like that. A lot of you guys, you think you're in the spirit, but you're not in the right spirit. You got like you got something deeply wrong with you in the inside. And you know what? I don't want no parts of that shit. I don't, man. That's why we've been stopped being around guys for a while, because we already been seeing certain things about guys, man, on some real shit. Like, none of these guys I want to be around. Groups, camps, nobody. Because a lot of guys, for the elect in this time, this going to be a real evil and a dangerous time. Because a lot of guys, they're not going to have that genuine love like that. A lot of guys, they're just doing this truth because they're getting attention out of it. They don't really love the Lord like that, or their brother. You see, so you just have to be able to see certain things. 1 John 2:11, but he that hateth his brother is in darkness and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes. Right, so like I said, if you let somebody come along where you ain't never knew and persuade you to go a certain way that you ain't been going before, that means your eyes have been darkness. And that darkness that guy has in you, that basically lines up with you. Because basically, I'm going to just say it like it is. Basically, the thing about it is, if you're like something, you're going to dwell together. If you can't be reproved and you don't understand that it's a certain way, you have to do things. You can't just do things like how you want to do it. The scriptures tell you have to do things decency and order. And really, that's all we're telling guys. And so the brother brought that scripture out yesterday where he was going into Joab. And that was heavy because, yeah, Joab was the house of David, but he was reckless. He didn't want to listen. You couldn't tell a person like Joab something. And a lot of you guys are in that spirit. And that bloodline of Joab is back here today. So you're going to have guys that say, hey, yeah, I'm the house of David and I believe in the new covenant and this, that, and the third, when they're in that same spirit as Joab. So it's heavy in this time. That's why it's not really good to be following somebody that admits out of his mouth he doesn't even know the scriptures. But you could follow whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. You know, it's at the end of the day, everybody have to fall to where their kind is. So really, spiritually, if you like a certain person, you're going to follow that person. You see what I'm saying? But it's not wise to be bearing false witness on people that's on the comment board, not unless they showed you something wrong. Not unless they showed you something or they came to you in a bad type of way. So if you bear false witness against somebody and you don't really know they're spies and shit like that, then you're not right. And if you follow somebody like that can't take reproof, that's saying that people on the comment board is spies, and he don't even know himself. He's just saying that shit. And this is the last thing I'm going to say about it. But because we do have a heart, all we can do is warn Jake, like, hey, certain things that guys are doing, they're not right. And guys are not right out there. You know, not unless you just like them. Maybe you guys are just alike. Well, you have to be alike so you could dwell together. And so because guys see the love that brothers are getting from certain comments and this, that, and the third, right? Because guys have darkness and hate in their heart, they hate that, bro. They hate that. So you got to be aware, man, saying you teaching Yahawashi and you really have a hidden hate, a envy, a jealous, and all that shit. That's all these guys in these groups. All these guys in these groups, they're teaching in a fucked up and a foul spirit. Man, it is a bad thing to be in these groups talking about you teaching the Lord. Because a lot of these guys, what they're doing is their death awaits their ass. The Grim Reaper awaits these guys in these camps. Soon as the rest of the elect comes out of these camps, the Grim Reaper, it's going to be judgment on all these camps. And so you don't want to be in that spirit to where you say you teaching the Lord and you love the Lord, but then ultimately you hate your brother and you hate what he's doing, and you wish you could be your brother. You wish you had what your brother had and have an evil eye and not just working with the things you have. And believe it or not, us brothers that have a good heart and we've seen a lot of things and been through a lot of things, we see certain things. We've been seeing certain things in certain guys, bro. Like we see these things in these camps and these elders, man. We see all this shit. But a lot of guys, like that boxer, they have to learn on their own. Because at the end of the day, if you don't really have love in your heart and you just trying to do this thinking you're fooling somebody, you ain't fooling nobody but yourself. You see? But I had to speak on this because the scriptures tell you this. Let me Let me read this again. Let me read this one. 1 John 3:15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in you. So guys honestly think that they could hate their brother, and they think that Yahawashi is dwelling in them. That's what they think. You see? You gotta remember, Judas Iscariot, he walked with Yahawashi. You see? So Judas Iscariot, yeah, he had the gospel down packed. Just like the Lord said, he washed all their feet. But just because he washed all their feet, he said, like, Judas Iscariot wasn't clean. So just like in this time, and it's even worse in this time, because a lot of guys say they believe in this and they believe in that, and the Lord wash your feet, but then really they're still not whole or clean like that. So what I'm getting to it is, guys can say they love the Lord all they want, but if they have a deep down hidden hatred, everything you're doing is for nothing. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you got some elect, man, they're not even going to be doing no videos at all. And let me say this. You got two types of people. You got the elect, which is going to be able to really see. And then you got guys that think they see and really they don't. Really they're in darkness because of the hate they have in their heart. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, man, it's not safe to be out there, period. You see? So, dealing with this truth, it really deals from within. From within, if you have that hidden hatred and that hidden agenda, you could act like the Lord is with you, but ultimately the Lord ain't with your ass. And, you know, because the elect is out there, sometimes the Lord, sometimes men prosper because of other men, bro. It's like that too. So you have to like watch who's of the Lord and who's not. And you can only do that and see by men's actions. Titus 3:3, for we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving diverse lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. And right now, this scripture right here, the majority of guys teaching this truth, they're disobedient and they're deceived. How they're deceived? They think they can hate their brother and then just teach Yahawashi like they don't really hate their brother like that. You see what I'm saying? So really at the end of the day, you just fucking fooling yourself. So the scriptures tell us that guys are going to be like that. If the Lord said a wicked and an evil generation, they need like a sign and shit, right? This is the most wickedest and evil generation right here. It's the most deceptive generation. You see? Yeah, man. Guys bearing false witness on brothers and sisters, man. That shit ain't right, because it's like, if you're going to say somebody's a spy, then that means you're going to have to know that. So how the fuck do you know that? And then at the same time, you tell brothers that you don't even know the scriptures like that. So how the fuck you going to know somebody a spy? The hell out of here, man. So a lot of you guys ain't fucking right, man. And at this point, man, I don't even give a fuck what y'all say, man. Because it's proven that you guys are deceived in your fucking mind. Let me read this again. Titus 3:3. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient. Like Jake is still foolish, being disobedient. The spirit wars against the flesh. So like, if you're in the flesh and a brother tell you something that's in the spirit, you don't want to hear that. You just want to follow your flesh. Guys are in the spirit of being seen, man, putting their face in the camera, showing who they are. Guys are not in the right spirit. So what's happening in these days, a lot of guys can't hold that spirit that's in them, that spirit of disobedience, the spirit of being deceived. The majority of guys teaching this truth, they've been deceived. They're disobedient. You see? It's heavy like that, but this is what it is. So what happens is the Holy Spirit gets them the fuck away from you. You see what I'm saying? See, like, if you're in the spirit, you don't have to cut your comments off. You don't have to do none of that shit, because the spirit take care of itself. But if you're not in the spirit, you get agitated by certain shit. Oh, man, cut them comments off. And, you know, that's all I'm going to say about it. That's all I'm going to say about it. Because if somebody sit up there and claim somebody is an agent or a spy like that without even knowing, then something is wrong with you. And then you go follow somebody like that, which they're not sure, but you'll follow what they're doing. See, everybody's falling into where they supposed to go. Hey, the Lord said, I separate the sheep from the goats. And that's exactly what's happening in these days. So a lot of guys, they have that hidden hatred, that hidden envy in their hearts. And they see other brothers getting love like that, and they just hate that, bro. And I had to speak on this too. I really had to speak on it, because a lot of guys are like that. They hate that you get in love. Like, a lot of guys hate that we get love and that we're teaching the new covenant. Then you got guys that say they teach the new covenant, they still got hate in their heart. They're still speaking about the old man in their videos. Think that's edification. The Lord is edification. And actually, you don't have the Lord in you if you still have the old man in you like that. If you have hate in your heart. Let me read this again, Titus 3:3. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving diverse lusts, pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. That's what's happening. A lot of guys are very hateful. They hate you for who you are, and they hate because they can't do what you're doing. So we live in a very hateful world, and you can't, guys are deceived, and they're in darkness thinking that the Lord is with them, and they actually hate their brother. Guys actually think that the Lord is with them, and they have a hidden hatred for their brother. It's really evil to be a fucking false witness, man. You don't know if somebody's a spy. You don't know that shit. You don't know that, to claim somebody a spy, and really they ain't really said shit to you. And that's wrong. That's being a false witness. And if you're a person that's gonna follow somebody that's like just bringing false witnesses and false accounts, somebody on brothers that just showed you love, sisters that showed you love, you're not a brother either, man. Following that shit. That means you guys belong together. You see? And, you know, it's like what you're saying in your videos don't fucking matter, because you're willing to lie on somebody just because you don't like guys giving comments. So you'll lie on them. Oh, he's a spy. They're leaving too many comments. You see? So everybody's going to where they belong. You see what I'm saying? And that's good. That's good. You just show who you are. And that let me know that I have to stay the far fuck away from you. So we don't give a fuck what guys are talking about in their videos. Like these elders and these guys in these camps too. We don't care about what these guys are saying, because we know they're wrong. So you don't think we don't know when guys around us are fucking wrong too? Like, come on, bro. See, everybody want to do all these rebuking, and then when you shine a light on their ass, they get mad. They want to cut their comments off. They want to talk shit in their videos. They want to say everybody's a spy because you point their ass out. And that's what we have in this time. And I had to say this too. You don't like what I'm saying? Don't watch the video, man. A lot of you guys are of the fucking world trying to teach the Bible. What you don't understand about the Bible is, if you don't have that compatible spirit to the Bible and to Yahawashi of the elect, what's going to happen is you're going to be weeded out through the spirit, and you're going to do certain things that's going to tell who you are. Like a lot of you guys, you've been told on yourself a long time ago. It's just that brothers have the mercy to like to get past certain shit. But then you see that guys really ain't really got that demon off of them. That demon has just been in them. It talks about this right here in Romans real quick. Now, this is the spirit that a lot of guys are in dealing with this truth right now. Because the little knowledge that guys get, it just puffed them up. Romans 1:28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, that goes into idolatry. Always want to like idolize yourself and what you used to do. That's a part of idolatry. That's why like guys get on these videos talking about they don't really understand the Bible like that. You shouldn't even really be talking, bro. And if you blindly follow guys that's saying that shit, then that means really you don't have no discernment. You see? It says wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate. Guys are full of debate because it's like you'll try to correct guys and all they do is just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's full of debate. And when somebody's in a debating spirit, always got to argue, that means that they're full of envy. That's what that means. That's what that means. Debate. Guys are very deceitful. They'll lie. They'll lie on you just like guys are lying on people on the comment board talking about everybody's a spy and certain people are spies. You ain't never even met them people, man. How do you know that? How do you know that for sure? How do you know that? Yeah, spies on the comment board. Yeah, this, that, and the third. Spies watch your videos. But how can you be in particular about certain people when all they've been doing is just showing love? So really, I had to do this sit down because a lot of guys don't understand that they say they're teaching the truth, but all they're doing is showing hate and envy. Like their actions is showing deceit, hate, covetousness, always about you and what you did in the world. So like certain traits that you're showing, you don't understand them because your heart is full of darkness. So it's like when you have that hate in your heart, you don't really understand to the fullness that certain things you doing, other brothers can see that you're not fucking right. You see what I'm saying? So for you to follow guys, other guys that ain't right too, it just make all you guys not right. And I don't really give a fuck about what you guys are talking about. Because deep down, I know a lot of you guys ain't right. Like all you guys in these camps. It's the same thing with all you guys in your camps, in these camps. Guys are out on the street debating with Christians. They got murder in their heart. They hate Yahawashi. They deny the covenant. That's murder. They hate Yahawashi. And it's not just guys denying the covenant. It's guys that say they believe in the new covenant. They have what? They're full of envy, murder. They hate in their heart. Because to say somebody is a spy and you ain't never met them, you ain't never met them in your life. You don't even know. And then you'll say you don't understand the Bible like that. You'll say that out of your own fucking mouth. Think I'm gonna follow some guy like that? Really, you don't have nothing to say, bro. None of you guys, man. What we're finding out is everybody got to go to where they belong. You see what I'm saying? You see? Which I had to say that's too. When when guys cut their comments off, they got to like make it for like it's for kids. So guys cut their comments off. You can't even scroll down the video and, well, you can do what you want, but everything is spiritual. You got to look at it from a spiritual standpoint. So like the brother showed me yesterday too, I looked at it. It says made for kids. So what are kids? What are kids? Goats. A lot of you guys are goats and you don't even know it, bro. Like, really, you're goats trying to act like you're sheep. But all the characteristics, your actions is showing that you're a fucking goat. It's heavy, man. That's why a lot of you guys, what the scriptures say, guys are in darkness because the hate they have in their heart. Let me read this again. 1 John 2:11. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness. Like all these camps. These camps are camps of darkness. And now dealing with this new covenant too, you got to watch out for that darkness in brothers too. So when guys do certain things they haven't been doing, when they switch up, when they try to act like they doing something else or whatever guys think they're doing, you see. But it's really like deceitful at the end of the day. It says, but he that hateth his brother is in darkness and walketh in darkness. So if you have hate and envy in your heart, right, you could say you're teaching Yahawashi or you're teaching the Bible. You're really in darkness and you can't see, and you don't understand that brothers that's not in that darkness, they're not coming from a hateful place. You don't understand that brothers can see certain things in you because you're full of that darkness. Meanwhile, you think you're like fooling everybody with the shit you're saying. You see what I'm saying? Now it says, but he that hateth his brother is in darkness and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes. That's right. And that's why Yahawashi taught us to discern. And the Lord was telling us, you can't really hide anything. 1 Corinthians 4:5. Therefore judge nothing before the time. So that's what guys are doing. They're judging the sisters and brothers on the comment board like this guy. And I had to bring this out, man. Like, if you say somebody is a spy on the comment board, then you have to have some proof. If you don't really have no proof, then that means you're judging something you don't even understand or know. So you're wrong. You're fucking wrong. That's why I say you get on these videos talking about you don't really understand the scriptures like that. You shouldn't even be talking because like certain things you're doing, you're showing your ass you're showing that you're not fucking right, bro. And guys think we're wrong because we tell guys to like, hey, have some order about yourself, examine yourself. And then they think we're trying to tell you how to praise the Lord. No, we're telling you the correct way, man. Examine yourself. You're going off certain things you're saying and doing. It's not fucking right. And you don't even know, right? You may be offending the elect. You may be offending somebody that's of the Lord when your ass ain't even of the Lord. If you was of the Lord, right, you wouldn't just cast judgments off on people like that. That's what I'm saying. But because guys had that darkness in their heart, they can't see that fucking far. That darkness got their ass blinded from what a person that's not blinded can actually see. So it's actually heavy. Everything is being revealed in this time. 1 Corinthians 4:5. Therefore judge nothing before the time. And that's what guys have done. They're casting judgment on certain brothers and sisters on the comment board, right? That they don't even know. It says, until the Lord come, who both will bring the light to the hidden things of darkness and will manifest the counsels of the heart. And then shall every man have the praise of the Most High. So what's being revealed in this time is the hidden things of God's heart. Because we're not only revealing camps, bro. We're revealing all you guys that ain't really right. And you're revealing yourself. And the thing about it, you hate to be revealed like the demons you are. It's heavy like that. So if you follow guys that falsely accuse brothers and sisters on the comment board and he ain't never met them in his life. He ain't never met them. He don't know a goddamn thing. So if you follow guys like that, that means you're just like his ass. That's all that means. And that's the truth. Guys talking about they're teaching all this truth. You see? If you follow somebody like that, then that means you're like him. That's why I say a lot of you guys don't really understand this like that. You have hatred in your heart, so that darkness that's in your heart, it like overpowers that certain discernment that you guys actually are not seeing that us brothers see. You see? So certain things you guys do, we see you guys ain't right on some real shit. So you can't like teach this truth. And this principle and what I'm saying, it applies to all you guys in these groups and everybody everywhere. If you have darkness in your heart, right, then you really can't see like that. Even though you can act like you're teaching all this shit. It goes for guys in these groups, and then it goes for certain guys that say they teaching the new covenant. It's all the same thing. If you have envy, hatred, malice, covetousness in your heart, that's gonna really, it's gonna show to somebody that don't have that in their heart. And you think you're doing the will of the Most High, but really you're just doing your own fucking will. You're in the flesh, trying to act like you're in the spirit. So we don't just get on guys in groups. We see certain things in brothers, we try to warn them, we try to tell them, we try to rebuke them. And then it gets to the point to where if they ain't listening, then we have to go to the next level. We have to identify that guys are fucking demons and they're being false witnesses. They're only being false witnesses on brothers and sisters because they have a dark fucking heart. You see? So this truth is really deep. And if you get on video saying you don't know the scriptures like that, you shouldn't be saying a goddamn thing. And if you follow somebody like that, that means deep down you just like his ass. You see? So this guy calling people false witnesses and shit, he cuts his comments off and you go follow his ass. That means, hey, two guys, two birds of a feather, they flock together. Everybody's going to where they belong. So you can't teach this word, act like talking about you love Yahawashi, but really deep down you hate your brother. You see? It's heavy. Yeah, it's real heavy, man. So what the Lord is actually manifesting certain guy's heart. That's what's happening in these days. And by what we're doing too, how we're teaching, is offending guys, because the scriptures say many guys are going to be offended. They're going to betray one another. Yeah, that's what's happening. A lot of guys, because of the spirit, how we're coming and we're bringing out certain things and we rebuke guys and we say certain things to guys, what's happening is that demon in them, it can't be hid. You see? Matthew 10:26. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. So what's being known is the true intents of guys' hearts. Even though they say they're teaching the Bible, even though they say they might believe in Yahawashi, their true intents. What your mouth is saying, and what your actions is doing is totally different. So if you follow the actions of somebody that's being a false witness on sincere brothers and sisters on the common board, if you're following that, that means you're just like that guy. You see? And I'm gonna say this too. A demon cannot be rebuked. He think he's on that level. That's why I played that clip of that boxer. That boxer, he honestly thought that he had it. Matthew 10:26, fear them not, therefore there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. You see that? So a lot of you guys are being found out that you're not even really of the Lord like that. You just been putting the act on. You see? And that's it. It's crazy, but it is. So things are coming out. Yeah, things are coming out. And I had to bring this lesson out because Like I say, like the scriptures say, if you're teaching his word and you have hate for your brother, then you're a fucking murderer, bro. You see? Because the spirit, it wars against the flesh. So ultimately, look, if you're in the flesh, ultimately, right? And certain brothers that are in the spirit, you're not going to like get along. It's not going to like mix like that, even though you can act like you're teaching the Lord. But ultimately, you have a deep hatred. And a lot of guys in this truth are like that. A lot of guys. A lot. Over 95 to 99% of guys teaching this truth, they have a hidden, secret, envious, hatred agenda in their ass. And it's all in the scriptures. So therefore, like if you understood the scriptures, you could see the symptoms. But therefore, guys don't understand the scriptures, so they don't really understand the symptoms. And I'm glad, hey, we're not around nobody. You see? You see? Hey, this is a time too, where you ain't gonna be able to hide yourself. You can act like you're the Lord all you want. Deep down, if you're a demon, it's being shown, and ain't shit you could do about it. And all you do is just make it worse by certain things you do, certain things you say, certain steps you take. It just identifies who you are even more. But pretty much, man, I don't have nothing else to say. The Lord said, he that hateth his brother is a murderer, and no murderer has eternal life. So really, you don't have nothing to do with the Lord. And that's the majority of guys teaching this truth. That's the majority of guys teaching this truth. And when you try to correct them and they hate that correction, it's just like a demon, like, oh, don't tell me nothing. You can't tell me this. You can't tell me that. That's the demon coming out of their ass. It's heavy, but that's just how it is. So this is the truth. Basically, this is in general. This is like a lot of guys teaching this truth. They don't really have that heart like that. They just using this for an ulterior motive. But then deep down, they're jealous and they're envious of their brother. It's like that. And it's only a few brothers, and it's a few selected ones out there that really have that love like that. Everybody don't have that love like that, man. A lot of guys are reprobates trying to teach the scriptures, when at the same time, them demons is just falling out of their ass. You see? Them demons is just coming out of them. It's just oozing out of them. They can't hold it in. And it's like, damn, I see the demons. They look at you like, no, what demon? Ain't no demon on me. You don't know what I've been through. It's heavy, man. It's really heavy. But a lot of guys are filled with, let me read this again. Romans 1:29, it says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, idolatry, maliciousness, full of envy, jealousy, murder, hate, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud. Guys get proud too. Guys get proud, man. You know, guys get puffed up. But it's like, at the same time, if you can't be humbled and you think everybody trying to tell you something and can't nobody tell you nothing, then that's really bad. It says backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things. And you might not look at it like the comment board thing, like it's not a big deal, even though it ain't. But if we haven't been operating like that, and we always have that hand to reach out to brothers and sisters and shit like that, and now you're inventing something to where you're doing that now. So now it looks kind of evil now what you're doing, because it's like you can't take the love like certain brothers is getting. So it's really heavy like that. You know, it's really heavy. So just a couple things to understand. It says, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. He that hateth his brother is a murderer. With that, Shalom.